Hi Cancer, and welcome to your December reading, my loves. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Midheaven, and or Venus. However, if you're cross-watching or you clicked out of curiosity, of course there's a message in here for you. There's a reason you were brought here. And so I hope that you hear all that you need at this time. Also do pardon my voice because I am sick, but I am just trying to push through because, you know, I'm not no punk. But do forgive me if my voice sounds super deep or just a mess. I apologize. But coming into the first week of December, let's jump right on in. What you will be experiencing energetically, you guys have the 9 of coins that came out with the 3 of coins and the 8 of swords. Going into the second and third week of December, you guys have the Page of Swords with the 6 of Swords and the Hierophant. And then by the end of December, what you can do to overcome these obstacles that you might face in the middle of the month, if you haven't already, because energy is fluid, right? Or what you can just be feeling again energetically. You have the Death card that came up with the Queen of Cups and the 2 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, you also have the 3 of Swords. What I'm hearing is against your better judgment. Like you guys are doing something against your better judgment this month, which will result in this 3 of Swords energy, which a lot of people like to disregard or state that it's the worst card in the arcana, you know, that and like the Tower card, but really it's something to embrace, because at the end of it all, you already knew again like what the outcome would be, but you try to, remain hopeful against all odds. And I'm only saying all odds because 3 is an odd number in this 3 of coins energy. Against all odds, you guys just try to remain positive. For some of you guys, you start the month with a very uplifting vibration, right? Just energetically, things are going well as far as money is concerned, and as far as like continuing education or being on that what is it called, like the journey of enlightenment, if you will. Those things are going well. You're getting a lot of confirmation and or positive omens. I'm not really sure what type of bird this is, if it will focus. I'm using the Fountain Tarot deck as well, so if you have the cards or if you're familiar with the cards, if it's not focused, do tell me in the comment section below what type of bird that is. But you might be seeing certain types of birds that you don't typically see during the season, especially. It's winter here in North America. I'm in the state of Texas. So if you see like cardinals, and you know cardinals are summer birds and not winter birds, that's an omen for something. So look more into that and be expecting an unexpected type of change or outcome in your life. That type of thing, that's what I'm getting. But somewhere, somehow, this growth or this positivity that you're trying to have in your life, these health changes that you are also trying to make, right? Bodily changes that you're trying to make, somewhere along the line in the first week of December, it gets stopped here with this 8 of Swords. So this is something with your mentality that is halted. It's like you stop yourself from pushing yourself, where you're positively challenging yourself to do like one more rep in the gym, you know, one more push-up, one more hang clean, you know, to eat one more healthy meal, to go for the healthier snack out of the options that you have to choose from here with this 3 of coins. Like if you have ice cream in front of you, an apple in front of you, or some, what's like an in-between, a smoothie in front of you. If you're going for the ice cream when you know that you should go for the apple or the smoothie, it's kind of like you're doing yourself a disservice here. You're not allowing yourself to fully change as you should at the beginning of the month. This can also be somebody else that you are dealing with, right? again, against better judgment. You're trying to stay positive. You feel like you're worthy. You feel like you are the pick of the litter. You are the best choice, the best option. However, somebody else just does not happen to see you that way. You shouldn't allow that to affect your self-esteem, though. They're just, you know, not at a point where they resonate with where you are, where they want to make the necessary changes to be where they should be, so that the both of you can be the best you for each other, right? And all those involved, right? Somebody can very well be juggling here, and it kind of causes you to be put in this position for you to kind of, again, think differently about yourself, to lash out as well, because Page of Swords can be harsh words spoken that you don't necessarily mean, but I'm not sure how much of that you can really blame as far as it being Mercury retrograde. Some of this is your fault, right? You can't just blame it on the goose, got you feeling loose. You can't blame it on the throne. You know, you can't blame it on Mercury. Okay, some of this is you and your wrongdoing because you don't want to be directive enough. You might not want to be confrontational, although in this time and space it's going to cause for you to kind of ask those harder questions or be a little bit more blunt than you might typically be. Okay, don't try to come off as being nonchalant if you know that you care deeply and you know at the end of the day your emotions are being affected. That is affecting your mind state, right? It's affecting your ability to be able to handle other responsibilities that you might have to take care of. It's affecting you on a spiritual level as well, because the Hierophant is a very spiritual, religious card. Some of you guys aren't seeing as much success, right? It's dwindling in a sense here, going from the 9 to the 3, because of the fact that you aren't consistent enough in your spirituality or your religion, right? You're not showing that gratitude and spending enough time unlocking that box. Okay, you're not spending enough time with integration of wisdom as well. I did Gemini's reading before you guys. Of course, I was going like in order. So you guys might be dealing with the Gemini just for the sense that there's a lot of Swords energy here. And I was also talking to them about integration of information because they are often overloaded with being in their surroundings and wanting to be up to date with like the newest trends and everything. They always have to be in the know. So it's going from higher learning and understanding in the 9th house to like this fickle, kiddish, again, mindset. For some of you guys, again, relationships, because Hierophant talks about like contracts, like long-term commitment type of ordeals, just in essence. So it can be business if not love, but with the relationship, again, somebody juggling, somebody not wanting to be so serious in love, or I'm acting more non-committal here. It's showing up as far as being an obstacle is something that, again, you knew could be a possibility when you started to be involved with this person, right? Before you really had the, I want to say, the opportunity or the chance to be connected or have that attachment to them, right? You had a way out before the bond thickened. There was a way out, but you wanted to wait it out and you wanted to kind of see where it could go, if it could grow or blossom into something. Again, if they could see your worth, being that pick me type of person here in this 9 of coins, and it worked against you because, again, you went against your better judgment here. And so there's going to be a transformation by the end of the month, a full metamorphosis of self and of emotions, right? Of emotional intelligence. You might be dealing with a Capricorn, or okay, well, let's go with it. Capricorn, you might be dealing with, but Scorpio is what I really wanted to say, because that is the sign associated with the Death card, right? But this is also your energy here with the Queen of Cups, Cancer. So another Cancer might be coming in. You might need to just get more in touch with your maternal instincts, or just your instincts in general, like your intuition. So third eye, crown chakra activation exercises. You might want to do a little bit more research on that and figure out ways to implement that into your daily routine so you can be better at making decisions, right? Where you're not going against yourself when you feel those intuitive nudges that something might not be right, but you're still, again, trying to be positive and optimistic in the midst of, like, that is commendable, yeah, but it's unnecessary, because you're putting yourself through a karmic cycle that you won't have to go through if you would just listen to yourself a little bit more, right? So do that by the end of the month, or you just naturally will fall into that by the end of the month, being more again in tune with your instincts, with your emotions as well, dispensing of any impurities as far as emotions are concerned. If you've been holding on to things that are just emotionally a little bit too heavy for you at this time, things that you just don't want to face, that you don't need to face, that you don't still need to be dealing with, you know, cut it out at the end of the month. I get the sense of like a see no evil here, but don't try to be naive in situations just because you don't want to have to acknowledge what's in front of your face and have to deal with that. Because again, you're only going to break your own heart here. This doesn't have to be by the hands of anybody else. It can absolutely be something that you're doing. And so you can't continually blame other people for things that in essence you have chosen to go through, right? So I feel like I just reiterated something I've already said, but if that's what it's going to take for you guys to get it, having that repetition, you also need to understand that you have to repetitively do things in your life to see these changes that you're wanting to see in your overall health and well-being, as far as your finances are concerned, as far as certain relationships are concerned as well. You can't just start off doing good and feel like that's just going to sustain you over time. You have to continually put in that effort, you know, every day. You have to wake up and do certain exercises to maintain your physique, right? If you want to see those pounds come off, you can't just exercise once a month and expect that to just work, right? Especially if your diet is trash. So same thing with relationships. You can't expect them to grow if you're not effectively communicating what it is that's on your mind, what it is that weighs heavily on your heart potentially as well. People just can't read minds, you know? People can't even read themselves 9 times out of 10. So you might as well just get better at vocalizing what your needs are, you know? Even if your voice shakes a little bit the first time, just get comfortable with being able to articulate what your emotional needs are, intellectually what it is that you need to be stimulated, okay, in life. Like, you might have to do this seeking on your own, because 9 can also talk about independence, right, with the 9 of coins. Not relying on anybody else but yourself to get the job done, okay? So I feel like that's going to be something that's going through that metamorphosis process here with the Death card by the end of the month. Again, though, this can be a Scorpio, or again, you're just killing any old emotions that have nothing to do with your current state of being, or the experiences that you're going through. Because you guys tend to hold on and hold grudges too. So if you've been doing that a little bit, I feel like you guys are just releasing that here with this Death card. You have a hard time letting things go. So you're going to really be working on that, or you should, by the end of the month, right? I can only offer suggestions for what you can do to feel better if you know that you've continually been in the same place and you're looking for that help, right? That's why you found this channel. Then it's that suggestion that I can give you to work on for the next 30 days to 90 days. It takes at least 21 days to make something into a habit, positive, negative, neutral. So you choose what it is that you want to see in your life, right? And I feel like if you guys are more in the public sphere, like you're an influencer or you're trying to grow in that, I feel like you guys are trying to find different ways. You're a little creatively blocked at this moment, but you're trying to find other creative ways to present your work, or represent work that already exists, right? If you believe in the term zeitgeist, nothing new exists under the sun, right? It's all just recycled information. So it's just by way in which you decide to decorate what it is that you're selling. So I feel like you guys are kind of like working through those creative blocks this month. But as my channel is growing, I come upon newer energies, right? So it's not always going to resonate, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you need further confirmation as far as what you're going through, definitely reach out and book a personal reading with me. I am here for you if you should need the extra help. But at this time, as far as chakras are concerned, Your root chakra is underactive, as well as your throat and your heart. So work on that this month, but heed your own personal intuition. Do give me a thumbs up though if this resonated. Share this with your friends and family, and do subscribe for more.